go. Cold and windy. Oh. So we wish you a very cozy space to be in with candles and lights and good bakery and warm atmosphere around you with good music, of course. If you have questions or things that you would like to share, you're most welcome to share with us. Cindy, good morning. How do you do? How is the weather at your place today? Is it cold? Is it windy? Ooh, look, what a beautiful picture. What a beautiful space. Wow, what a nice hour. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. What a beautiful moment to be in. All of us can share under this beautiful picture. Greater day, Cindy. Yes. Oh, it's a beautiful space, beautiful space. Not all the time we need to buy things to enjoy from them. Sometimes we move through places in a moment and it's a great, complete moment. Yes. So it's beautiful, it's beautiful. The Mediterranean, yes, it's a very beautiful space here. Also mild weather, because the water, it's close, whenever you're close to the water, it's always mild, it's not that cold. And also people have good mood because it's not the condition of the mountain. There's like tough and let's say cold, and there's more rigidity. It is quite interesting to speak about this topic, that people who are usually live next to water, they are like the water, they're more mild, they have like good, in general, mild temperament, and most extreme temperaments are next to the mountains or in the wilderness. This is quite interesting, the relation, yes, between, let's say, the conditions or the landscape and people, because there aren't any two, like people and landscape. People and geography, those are not two things, it's one thing. So it's also how the people are. It's not just how the view or how the landscape is. It's just warm-hearted areas. If you have questions, you're most welcome to share thoughts that you have or experiences that you have. You're most welcome. I was thinking today or the other day about this promise that, in a way, there is a promise, because when Abraham is 75 years old, 75 is the value of night. Yes, 75 is the value of night, Laila. And there's like experience for Abraham. There is like something that happens to him in the dark. Later, they will call it covenant between the parts, Brit Ben Abetarim, covenant between the parts, later. But something interesting happens to Abraham when he's about 75 years. And this is not just in terms of years, but the value, please, because whatever happens or whatever the Bible share is not about historical dimension or stories, it's about the qualities or how life is at the essence, or life is. So what happens to him when he's 75? And 75 is the value of night, Laila. He has this vision, and there is a voice that says, that your seed shall be in a way foreign in the land which is not his, and all of this. And Abraham is only 75 years old. He is not yet in relationship with Hagar, so Ishmael is not there. Yes, and Isaac, of course, is not there. But there's a great promise happens in this moment, which is very dark. There's a great, let's say, plot, not just conversation, happens in this moment. Many details that concern, let's say, 100 years in the future. And seemingly, this is something that happens at night. Somebody could forget from it or leave it behind. But, and this is the interesting point of it, after, let's say from this moment, 24 years after, this night, 24 years after, again, there is a conversation, and Abraham is Abram, only with 4 letters, is in a way requested to circumcise himself and his household, and to add another letter to his name, and to switch a letter in his wife's name. That, all of this happens again. Yes, this is happening when Abraham is 99. Yes, 75 plus 24. He is at the age 99, is asked to circumcise himself and to circumcise his household, to change his name, to change his wife's name. All of that in order that in the coming year, which will be 100 to his lifetime, Isaac could be born. Isaac or laughter could appear on earth, or a new perception of life could come and appear from this darkness. Now, this is the question for you. Why all of this is happening when Abraham is 99? Why? Why this request to circumcise? And we don't speak now about, let's say, medical procedure. What is circumcision? What is the meaning of circumcision? To remove the veil of time, or the duration in time, and face the truth. This is the meaning of circumcision. Yes? To remove the veil of time and see the truth. And what is the truth? At the time of 100 years, I keep my promise to you. I was revealed to you at this night, in the vision of the night, when you were 75. Not just 75 again of age, but this is the value of night, the bottom darkness. And I open my plan, and I share with you what is going to happen. Seemingly, this vision happened, let's say, 24 years before Abraham was asked to circumcise his household and to change the names. Seemingly forgotten, but not. Comes a conversation, comes a communication, and says, now, this is it. Prepare your vessel, remove the veil of time, because what happens? Why do we say even the veil of time? What kind of expression is it? Because in the daily life, There are many activities that occurs to us during the day and during 1 week and during 1 month, not to mention in few years. And we might have, let's say, we might forget things, or those things might be forgotten to us. And now comes again another communication and says, now prepare yourself. Prepare yourself, yes, 1 year before, because why? I'm going to keep my word to you. Just remove the veil of time, the veil of the duration in time of what is happening. And here, I keep my promise to you, as I promised to you. 24, again, 24 is like 24 hours, you say, per day. This is the mark of time. So, remove this veil of time, and everybody could what? Could see, could have this evidence of truth. What I promise to you is going to happen. What is a circumcision? Hello, good afternoon, Abigail. What is a circumcision? When we write with a pencil, yes, not mechanical, but from wood, and after a while, the pencil is not sharp, so it doesn't write the marks or the letters on the page that distinctly. So it comes vague. What we write when the pencil is not sharp, and it's like comes like clouds, like it was an oil painting, like vague, let's say, spots. Yes, but what happens is we take the sharpener and we roll a bit the pencil, and then we get the sharp edge again. And this pencil can write very clear words on paper. And this is what circumcision is. Because what happens, yes, what the sharpener does, it takes like this, how do you say, the rough dressing around the top, and then the pencil can write again, and we can see what the pencil is writing. This is circumcision. Remove those glasses that in a way are being watered down, yes, with all kinds of, let's say, daily activities, and see the truth. I keep my promise to you. And Isaac is being born, and laughter comes to the world. Laughter and joy. Because what happens is, during time, if people only look at the manifestation, all of us, let's say when we look at daily happening, we might come bitter. Because there are all kinds of moments, there are all kinds of days. But here, there is a refreshment. You, human, might see through time, and you might look into a glass and see bitter picture or bitter painting. But when we remove, in a way, or we clean the glass, we can see like clear reality. And reality, which is clear, says the following: life is full of joy, life is with happiness, as I promised to you, and you will evidence this. Another perspective about the 99, mathematically, this is the gap between Shamayim va'aretz. Shamayim, heavens, is 390. Aretz, earth, 291. Please follow. 291. So what is the difference, yes, or the gap between heaven and earth? 99. So at this time, this is not coincidental. If we follow the mathematic of the story, we shall find this footprints of the elephant, as Weinreb once write in his book. Because the story of the Bible, or the Bible, is not a historical story. It's not a story about family. And this is what Weinreb says. He says that, let's say, if we take elephant, an elephant walks in a path, and even few weeks, let's say, passed, we can detect the footprint of the elephant according to the dimension and the steps, the centimeters between the steps. And we could say that according to the footsteps, there was elephant walking in here. In the same manner, or in the same dimension, Weinreb tries to tell us how the sages are reading the Bible. If we look at the footprint of numbers and the relation between numbers and name, we can see what was happening here. So it's not a coincidence that Abraham was in a way asked to circumcise himself and his household at the age of 20 and at the age of 99. This is to remove the earthly glasses, yes, the earthly perspective, yes, because now we're approaching the 100. And what is so special about 100? This is 10 times 10, or 10 in the power of 2. This is a full matrix of 10. And with this, we can see what is the divine intention. So laugh and life and joy is one thing. It happens not once, that through the duration of time, all we're crossing, or different kind of scenarios are crossing us. Yes, so we are crossing through different passages in time. And not all of them are illuminated or they are joyful. But this is only a corridor, as the sages are saying. It's a narrow, dark corridor to a new world, to a new reality. And why all of this is happening to Abraham? Because Abraham is the 20th generations from Adam. He is the 20th generations, the 20th. Yes, he is the 20th generation. And here starts, in a way, the sages say this is the correction in the 20s. Because Kaf is the beginning of the word crown, Keter. And here comes, in a way, a correction. Yes, a correction of Adam and Eve. The correction will be how it will be reflected. The relationship will go through Abraham and Sarah. And this is to correct Adam and Eve relationship. Yes, associated with the 8th day. Yes, yes. And this is the promise, yes, and this is the request, that from this day on, not just Abraham and his household, but every newborn shall be circumcised in the 8th day. And Isaac is the first. Good morning, Jill, and good evening, Yanis. And Isaac is the first to be circumcised in the 8th day, because Abraham is circumcised at 99, and his household whenever they are on the map. Hello, Jill. But Isaac is the child, or is the promise of the 8th day of the new world to come. Not the world of 7 that decays in time. Not this one, the eternal world, the world of the Messiah. questions? In a way, laughter and joy and happiness cannot come from the world of seven. The world of seven is the world of satisfaction that appears in space and time. But laughter comes from a new plane, not from the plane of seven, from the plane of eight. Yes, Cindy, can you repeat what you said at the beginning where Abraham was told that his seed would be a stranger in a different world? Yes, 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 there is a vision that occurs to Abraham at the age of 75. 75 is also not a time, is a mark of the word night. Laila. Yes, and at this point there is a vision, and he's been told that his seed will be a stranger, yes, in a foreign land. Yes, yes, this is it. This is the promise, and this promise or this night is called Brit Ben HaBetarim, covenant between the parts. I think it's 15 Genesis, I have to check. Brit Ben HaBetarim, covenant between the parts. Though everything will look to you as shattered reality, parts that are torn to pieces, yes, reality will be shattered. Though this is what will be revealed to us, there is a great covenant between those broken parts. And there's a vision that contains all of those things seemingly broken and shattered to one unique, united reality. And this is the promise. This is the promise. It is many times that through different moments in our lives we experience great shatteredness. Life is being shattered to different dimensions, to different pieces. We cannot seem to comprehend, to get why this is happening and why now and why in this way. It's a how do you say, certain myopic, because we don't have the vision, or we cannot calculate into infinite. So we might find ourselves sometimes in darkest moments, sometimes in uneasy times or misunderstood times, with different relations that we don't understand and we don't capture much. But eventually life will lead us to a beautiful and loving way that we could not see, and we could not prophesy, and we could not imagine. And this is the promise to Abraham. Life is beautiful and joyful, sometimes more than we can imagine or see or foresee. Because, in a way, we are not being told. You know, when people are going to, let's say, tourists, they go to visit a place, usually they take with them maps, road maps. where am I now, in which city, and how to get to the next city. So I look into Google Maps or any kind of map of the area, and I learn the way, and I learn the city and how to navigate so approximately. But in our life, we don't get such a map from anyone. Nobody will tell us because nobody knows. So we are living in every moment like from the beginning. Every moment is Genesis for us. Every moment that we are inhaling air is Bereshit for us. And we don't know how to navigate. And this is for a reason. Why we don't know how to navigate? Because if we would know how to navigate, we could not live in the moment. The divine will is that we shall live in the moment. If we would know where our life are leading us, we would calculate it. And if we would calculate it, it means that there is no need for us to live, because we would live already from the point of view of death. When we are calculating, this is already death is occurring. But the divine will is that we shall live. Yes? So as living, we are living in the moment. And living in the moment is like a virgin, not knowing. Every moment we are inhaling air is a virgin moment. We have never been in this moment before. And life is not linear as we turn to think. So every moment that we are inhaling is a virgin moment. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So everybody is participating evenly in life because nobody knows. And this is how every moment the world is being created, because nobody knows. And this is how life delivers itself every moment. And no one can calculate all of this. Not AI, not intelligent services. No one can calculate all of these. Shlomo was asking me, he was reading a book by Jeketilia. This is from the Middle Ages in Europe. And he was asking me about the word galgal. Galgal is usually a wheel, like bicycle wheel. But he says the word is oftenly mentioned sometimes in relation to planets, sometimes in relation to the moon and the sun. Galgal HaChama. They call it in the books Galgal HaChama. So Shlomo was asking, what do the sages mean by using the word Galgal? Wheel, circle, planet. This is a non-linear thinking. All of life. It doesn't work like this, Abigail. It doesn't work like this. No, it can never be that. There's like all the time conversations or communications, but there's not like a plot. not like a plot. It doesn't go like this. Otherwise, we could not live in innocence. The intention is in the creation is to live innocently. To live innocently, it means not knowing. Innocent is the one who doesn't know. This is the meaning of the virgin moment. Every moment is a virgin moment for us because we are inhaling fresh new air every breath. And every moment that we are inhaling fresh new breath, which is not dressed in calculation or thinking, just comes as fresh air. This is innocent virgin moment. Not just for the moment, but for us. We have never been in this moment before. Not any one of us. Yes, the Hebrew, yes, after crossing the Jordan, they lived, yes, Gilgal. Yes, they lived in Gilgal. Yes, true. And this is the beauty of it. Questions? I would like to speak about Sarai now and the fact that she was taken by two kings. Yes. Once she was taken by King Pharaoh, and another time she was taken by Abimelech, the king of Gerar, or the king of the Philistines. What does it mean? What do you think it means that Sarai is being taken by Pharaoh and by Abimelech? How do you see this occurring? This is an open question. How do you perceive this? When Sarai, please pay attention. Yes. When Sarai, let's say, look at the name Sarai as, you can change the letters of the name. You can play with them. Sarai can be also what? Shir. Shir is a song, chant. Also wisdom. Sarai means many things. What does it mean? Think broadly. What does it mean that Pharaoh, and you can abstract the name Pharaoh, and later Abimelech, the king of the Philistines, are taking Sarah. Her name is in this moment Sarai. What happens in this course? Why there is a need for those two kings to borrow Sarah? For what reason? This is an open question. Who would like to answer? Rodrigo, Jill, Luke, Yanis, Abigail, Cindy. Who would like to answer? Or to try to think in this direction? why there's a need to take Sarah, to borrow. Let's open the name Sarai. Yes, Sarai. Yes, a blessing. Yes, Sarai. You're getting closer. Very good. Sarai. Yes, to bring new life. Yes, to bring new life. Yes, Sarai is the value. Hello, Ogbai. Yes, Sarai is 510. Yes, what happens if we divide this number to 6, to the 6 days of the creation? What happens? 510. Does it come up with something? Do you come up with something mathematically? Yes, and what is the value of 85? Which, yes, mouth, and also what else? Very good, excellent. Or Elohim, or, yes, or, very good, or Milah, word, excellent. So why Pharaoh? And Pharaoh is not just Egyptian king. Pharaoh is the value of what in Hebrew? 355. The value of a thought, machshava. Yes, thought, O-U-G-H-T. Yeah. So Pharaoh, 355, the same value as machshava. So why Pharaoh borrows Sarah? Is it Pharaoh? Is the thought that is borrowing words to express itself. Do you understand? How does it go? Shall I repeat? Or this is understood? 1 second. Yes. So, and this is what the sage is saying about this. They usually quote a verse, yes, from the Bible. Emor lachochma achoti at. Say to the wisdom, you are my sister. Meaning, the thought, and again, this is not Pharaoh, a king that was ancient king that we can see in the movies, or we can look at the, let's say, ancient paintings and see this is Pharaoh, the king. Pharaoh here is a code name, which referring to the human thought. Because the human thought tends to think that each and every one of us, through us, thinking is occurring. And we tend to think that we are the thinkers of our lives. Yes, this is what we tend to think. So, again, Pharaoh, the thought, is taking Sarah, is borrowing what? The ability to express itself in words. The thought is borrowing Sarai, the song, or the words, or the blessing, to express itself in time. So in a way, the story is not so much a story about the king took a woman, like if we would look at it like in a romantic triangle. This is not a romantic story. But through the story, we can see how life is. The thought, the thinking needs what? Needs vessels to express itself. Without words, thoughts can never be expressed. We always tend to think about life as being very personal. This against that, but this ain't so. It's not about people, but through the story we can have a lens to a deeper layer of what is really happening. Yesterday in the, yes, that's correct. This is also why Avimelech takes Sarai as well. He is the king of Plishtim, and Plishtim again has the same value as 850. 850 without the zero, this is 85. Again, there's a need, yes, for refreshment. So this is quite interesting. Is it the first time you hear it? Is it the first time you hear this idea? Yes. The thoughts, our, yes, thinking needs, in a way, words to express itself. Words appear in time. Thought is, in a way, abstract. When thought wants to express itself in time, is like when the word comes out, it is being heard. It's like a body. It has a flesh, it's being heard. We say to flesh out, yes, when we are sometimes have meetings at work, and there's like, how do we say this? There are like storm discussions or storming. We're trying to come up with a new way or to deliver a new idea. Yes? And we say to flesh out, meaning to give an example, to take it from the abstract into the happening, into the appearance. So the abstract thought needs a vessel. Otherwise, it cannot experience itself as a living. Do we understand this? Way of thinking? Good. Also, the word paro holds the letters of fruitfulness. Yes? Pei and Resh, paro. Yes? So the thought can be very fruitful if it has the right vessel. This is why Pharaoh, again, not as an ancient king, not as a ruler, but the thought needs the vessel, the song, yes, the chant to express itself. In this way, the thought can experience flourishing, new life, new rhythm. This is why the sages speaking about borrowing Sarah like as borrowing wisdom or borrowing reflection. And this story is not just dealt only in the Bible, also in the Greek mythology. We read about Helen of Troy, Helena. Have you heard about Helen of Troy, Helena? Helen of Troy that was kidnapped? Yes, it's the same idea. This is the same idea, Helena. Yes. Also, you check the value of Helena in Hebrew or Helene in her name. It also goes in a way like 85. So again, there is time, or the thought needs time or vessel to express itself. Therefore, there is in the Greek mythology also Helena in the book. She also finds herself in Egypt. This is quite interesting. It's not the first story. It's not just Egypt as Egypt, but Mitzrayim in a narrow place. There's need to express great ideas, so we need a vessel for it. Any questions or thoughts? Yes. Yes. Yes, a spectrum of yes. Yes. There's a book here by Yehuda Libes, a professor from Jerusalem University, and there are different versions of these stories. Yeah. Yes. Yes. No one can own wisdom. That's excellent. Just to borrow it. It's to share. Since Sarah is like symbolism of wisdom, love is to love and wisdom is to share. Nobody can own. Therefore, though she is the wife of Abram, the king Pharaoh takes her, borrows her, and then the king of the Philistines. Yes. It's for everyone to share. Yes. Yeah, yes. Yes, Mackenzie was, she's, Mackenzie is hearing, yes, yes, yes. Egypt represent a body, yes, yes. Egypt represents the body. And with this beautiful message, we would like to wish you a very happy Christmas, beautiful year to come, wonderful life with joy and laughter and happiness. Thank you so much for being here with us. We shall be here on Thursday if you have the time to appear. Thank you so much. Shalom, shalom, and Chag Sameach to all.